Hey guys, Tower Climber here. I think we're live and I think everything's good. I struggled with the pre-doing of all this, but I think we're good. I am the only thing I need to check right now is my audio. And I think my audio is fine because again, I haven't changed it since I recorded. But I think everything's good. It's been a while. It's been 4 months since I have last live streamed. So, okay, let me. Yeah, my audio sounds fine. A little loud, but if it's too loud, tell me. Um, I think it's fine. I think it's fine like that. I think it's fine like that. Again, if it's a little too loud, just tell me. But I think that's fine. Cool. I'm gonna keep the stream going in the background, so I can just to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so yeah, I have not streamed in a bit, and I'm so excited to get into this new little series. I'm guessing I don't know how long it's gonna be because I don't know how long the Urek Mazino spin-off's gonna be. I know that it's like 20 chapters already, like in the Korean and in like the fan translations. So like it's been going on for a bit now. So yeah, but I don't know when. I don't know when it's actually going to end or what stopping point it's going to be. So I don't know how long this little mini series is going to last for. And I don't know if Tower God and the Urek Mazino spinoff is going to go congruently, like run congruently. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it'd be interesting if that be the case. I'm super excited. I do have to warn you guys. I unfortunately have been spoiled on little things, not everything, on little things about the series, and I'm going to mention them when they get brought up about the things I got spoiled on. I don't think the things I got spoiled on completely destroy my excitement for the series or anything like that. If anything, they make me more excited because at least, hey, if I got spoiled on something, I don't know what the context around it is. I just know that I got spoiled on like little things, right? On certain characters appearing, certain things doing. But at the end of the day, I didn't get spoiled on like the context around those things happening. I always try to be mindful of the spoilers that I got, but there were so many of them, and it took so long for the webtoon to finally get to an official translation. So yeah, but I'm excited nonetheless to get into it. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I really want to say. Again, if there's any questions in the chat, I'm gonna have chat next to me by my side to answer. But let's yeah, without any further ado, I think that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to. I just need to check if I'm on the right. I'm on the right panel. I'm on the right page, and I think that's it. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm super excited for this because I mean it's new Tower God content. I think any piece of that's exciting, and it'll be really, really exciting to get into this. Where is it? Yeah, I'm in the. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. There we go. There we go. We're getting into it. We're just gonna do it because we have 3 chapters to go through today. I know the first chapter is a little longer than the other 2. Makes sense. So we're just gonna get straight into it. We're not really gonna. I don't have much speculations, and I don't know. I don't want to really speculate when I think some of the things in the first chapter have been spoiled to me already. So I think it's just better to get straight into it than like speculate on anything that's gonna happen. And yeah, but let's get straight to it. Okay. Starting off very interestingly, in the beginning, there was only darkness. Silent. One of the things that I know we just started an hour, you're like starting talking, I know. I'm just really excited for this. One of the things that I'm very interesting about is just learning more about the outside of the tower, because Urek knows about the outside of the tower more than, like, maybe more than anyone we know. I mean, we could assume that Jihad and the 13 warriors know about the outside very well. But Urek probably knows the most of the characters we have been introduced to about the outside. So I'm just curious on any information we get on the outside of the tower, and just seeing what the general vibe of the series is, like where we're going to start, what the story itself is going to be, because I haven't been spoiled on that. I've been spoiled on little things that show up, but not like the overall story. In the beginning there was only darkness, silent and absolute. In the void, order reigned. Is this like the creation of the universe or something like that? That'd be crazy. Imagine if we, in the Urek Mazino, I guess it'd be the place to do it. In the Urek Mazino spinoff, we get the creation of all things. In the void, order reigned. Until a light shone through the dark, blinding and dazzling. Along with it came change and chaos. You see all these little lights in the dark. The light blazed to pass through the void, creating time, movement. So this is like the creation of everything, I guess. Or like, this is interesting. I wonder how literal all this is, and how, like, you know, non-literal, metaphorical all this is. And life. These beings born from light grew ever stronger, and 6 of them, who were the brightest of them all, So these are actual, like, beings. Like, it's not just like a light. These are like beings. These beings born of light named themselves the Shining Ones, and stepped up, becoming the leaders of all life. Interesting. Again, this is all not tower stuff. This is like outside things. It's so interesting. Okay. The Shining Ones brought much chaos to the world with their quarrels. So they weren't like perfect, perfect beings or something like that. Until the darkness couldn't bear their insolence any longer. Interesting. All these character designs. This guy got his head chopped off in the back. That's crazy. Some people with the white hair, some people with blue, like all different color hairs. Interesting. It's also interesting, like they're like standing on like the sky or something, like on clouds. Interesting visuals. Okay, so thus the darkness is apparently the darkness is also like a character, not like a being or something, like a being or like a force, because the darkness is getting upset. The darkness is, I don't know. Interesting. Thus the darkness created the guardian of order, one whose mission was to punish the creatures of light. It came to be called Pentaminum. This, I did get spoiled, obviously, that Pentaminum would show up, quote unquote, show up in this series, which again I love, because we do have Pentaminum mentioned in the mainline story of Tower God in season 1. So it's not just a blog post character. He needed to be part of the story in some way, shape, or form, and it couldn't be a Yidong situation where it was Yang Hana and then it turned into Yidong, because she was only mentioned in her name in the blog post. So as you could have changed the name. But Pentaminum, his name was mentioned in season 1, so you couldn't really be like, oh, his name's not Pentaminum anymore. it's someone else. Uh, it had to be Pentaminum because his name was already established in the lore of the actual story of Tower of God and his like rampage of Jihad's palace, castle, whatever we want to call it. But this is like a way more clear view than we ever got in a Pentaminum. Also, the art style, just in these few little things, have been great. I know that SAU mentioned in the last thing that he wanted to make a new art style, or like change the art style a little bit up, which I think is good. It's definitely going to separate it from the other seasons, I think. This is really cool. We don't get a clear shot, so I don't want to like speculate too much on what he looks like, because you see an eye here. This could be like a hat, like a, you know what I mean, like this is his face and this is a hat, or it could be like a Hedon situation where he looks like a kind of dolphin thing and his eyes are inside of the mouth of this thing. Interesting, super interesting. So he was created by the darkness, whatever this darkness is, as someone to bring order to these other creatures that were born out of the darkness, that were born out of the light that shone through the darkness. Interesting, super interesting. This, I know completely off the bat, I'm gonna have to make videos on this new lore that we got from the series. So 100%, I'm gonna make videos about this, because this is very interesting. Pentaminum. As the strongest of them all, he hunted down the Shining Ones. So Pentaminum was stronger, which makes sense. He was the Guardian of Order. He was stronger than all the Shining Ones, which were the strongest of everyone, apparently. Interesting. And brought them to their knees one by one. We got another cool panel of Pentaminum. Interesting. The Shining Ones defeated and broken. Okay, we get all these like chains and jewelry. Were sealed away and trapped in beautiful jewels. Interesting. So they weren't killed. I wonder if that was by choice. I wonder if, because apparently Pentaminum is stronger than all these Shining Ones. I wonder if he could have killed them. I wonder if that's like something he could have done. Or are they immortal? Are they like immortal beings that can't die? Or something like that. So he had to seal them away. That's interesting. I don't think we're going to get an answer to that. But I wonder if he needed to seal them away. Or that was something that he was like ordered to do. And he could have actually killed them if he wanted to. That's interesting to think about. Once Pentaminum, it's crazy. Also, it's crazy just to like read the Pentaminum, right? It's been since season 1, and it's crazy. Like I have like it's interesting because I actually have the book here, of like the first 10 or 11 chapters of season 1, and I'm pretty sure I can even find the panel like where Evan mentioned Pentaminum to Yuri. I'll do that later. I don't want to like derail the stream, but I'm definitely be able to find it there. Interesting. I don't think the shot of the castle siege is there, because that's Han Sung mentioned that to Laura way later. But it's crazy just to see Pentaminum, like at least a silhouette of him, and just read once Pentaminum did this and did that. It's so crazy to. Once Pentaminum vanquished every single one of the Shining Ones, the darkness ordered him to return with the jewels. So we get another shot of the darkness. This darkness seems to be not that big. Like it seems to be around the size maybe of Pentaminum, and it has all these. It's not pure darkness anymore. It has all these lights coming out of it. Interesting. However, he refused. Oh, that's sick. That's a clearer shot of his like mouth helmet. It could be a helmet too. It could be like a a skull helmet, and his face is being obscured. Because again, it's unclear if he has like an actual face or not. Interesting. Super interesting. This chapter is super long. I need to read faster. I'm going to be here all day. Already entranced by the dazzling light of the jewels. So Pentamenon refused his creator. He was just like, oh no, I'm not doing this, which is sick. I think that's really cool that Pentamenon was able to be like, no, you can't do anything to me. It's so cool. Already entranced by the dazzling light of the jewels. So he has like a humanoid hand. He embedded the jewels in his own body. Interesting. We get another shot. We're getting a lot of shots of Pentamenon, actually, way more than I thought. I don't know why these look like whiskers, like cat whisk, like not like I forgot the movie, but there was a movie of like puppets or something that was made of puppets, and this shot looks exactly like one of those. I forgot what it was called. I remember seeing it a long time ago. I forgot what he looks like a puppet from one of the. I'll have to see it later. So all these jewels, these jewels are amazingly designed, very cool. So he imbued them into his body. Would that make him like stronger than he already was? He was already the strongest of them all. Would like this? Does this make him even stronger? I like the constellations, like forming between all of them, and named himself the King of Jewels. Interesting. So Pentamenon is the king of. This is also interesting because the only thing we knew about Pentamenon's personality was that Yuri, because Pentamenon in the tower, from what we know, only talked to Jihad and to Yuri, which is very interesting. And I've made theories that like what he told Yuri in the past was about Bomb's arrival. And that's how Yuri knew the bomb was going to be arriving, specifically at what time. Which I don't know if that's still going to be the case with this new information we're learning about him. But the only thing we knew about his personality that Yuri called him a scumbag, apparently. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting that this is new information about his personality that we're learning. With his jewels, Pentamenon established his dominance over all living creatures in the world. Yeah, chapter 2 and 3 are shorter. I knew that chapter 1 was very long, which I think is fine. I think that's like for most series that's the case, but I knew that specifically this chapter was going to be longer. Him and his followers were feared by all, and came to be called the ones who swallowed the light. Interesting. So Pentamenon wasn't alone. He had followers. Like, interesting. And I wonder if all those followers like wanted to be his followers because they wanted to, or because he forced them to. I wouldn't be surprised if both could be the case. The ones who swallow the light. Interesting. So we're getting a baby crying. I'm not gonna read it like the baby. I'm just gonna do the like super low wah. There's more crying. Is this Urek? Are we getting baby Urek? Wah. I've searched for you long and far. Interesting. I've searched for you long and far. So this isn't Urek's mom. I was about to say this is Urek's mom. This is not Urek's mom. And we don't know if natural birds exist yet, I guess, because all the shining ones were like born from the light or whatever. So like maybe they don't have like an actual parent or something. Does Urek not have any parents or something? I've searched for you long and far. Our new shining one. He's the shining one. Okay. I think I knew that too. I think that's something that got spoiled for me. I didn't know what the heck that meant. Like, people kept saying Urek is a new something or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess. I didn't know what it was, but now I guess I know what it is. I love baby Urek. I just like I love how he has his arms crossed as a baby, and I don't imagine him saying like, he's just saying "wah" so casually. He's like, interesting, very interesting. So we got a new character, like, category for beings in Tower of God, the Shining Ones. And Urek apparently is one of them, like a new one or something. Interesting. That's so interesting. I wonder, because the thing is that, well, I guess the darkness only created Pentaminum. The darkness didn't create the Shining Ones. The Shining Ones just came to be from a light or something inside of the darkness. So I wonder. So I don't think the darkness made Urek too, but that's interesting. How he was made to be. I wonder. I may make a theory about that later. You, who are the only one who stands a chance against the Shining Ones who have fallen to the King of Jewels, and Pentaminum himself, all of our hope. Interesting. That's very. I mean, we knew that the Shining Ones were in conflict with each other, so it doesn't mean that they like each other either. It's interesting that she said, "You're the only one who stands a chance against the Shining Ones who have fallen to the King of Jewels." So these people, whoever these are, want Urek to not only beat Pentaminum, but also the Shining Ones that are sealed away. Interesting. They're very interesting. And Pentaminum himself, all of our hope lies with you, Urek Mazino. I'm guessing they also named him Urek Mazino. Interesting. I didn't know what this was. I thought there was like energy or something, like shining energy, but he just pissed on her. Alright. Cool. Alright. That face. Oh man, that's really funny. Also, Urek's got a full set of hair for a baby. And also earrings? Wait a minute, I just realized, does Urek have earrings as a baby? He does have his earrings as a baby. He just was born with earrings. That's very interesting. I just realized that he had a full set of hair and was born with his earrings. That's very funny. So he just pees on her. She's looking horrified. God damn it. I've been blessed with sacred water. This is another person. Okay, here you go for your face. Goodness. All right. So this seems like a cult. This seems like very much like a cult like setting or something. I don't know. It's interesting because this is all outside the tower. These are people outside the tower. Interesting. Also, they look like they're in a cave. Am I the only one? They look like they're like either in a cave or like next to a mountain or something in all these shots. So that's interesting. That's weird. I wonder if that has any relation to the cave Bomb was in. As I was saying, wow, this child will illuminate the world. So Urek grew up like he grew up outside, like completely outside. I don't know how old he is in this, like in this panel, but forevermore. But he grew up completely outside, and was raised outside and by all this stuff. Like, he knows everything. I'm guessing he knows about the Shining Ones, about everything. He must have been educated on that stuff. He clearly knows Pentaminum and like is chasing him or something. Interesting. Also, the I like Urek's design without his hat. We've never gotten that before. And I remember when the series was introduced, everyone was clowning on Urek, being like, "Oh my God, he has hair, the hair, the hair." Then because everyone was like joking that he was bald or something, or he has a really bad hairline or something like that. Somewhere in the tower. So we're cutting to the tower. Whoosh. There's a lot of whooshing going on. Okay, so Urek's here. I got to admit, I have no idea where I am. That's interesting. Urek just spawned into the tower. Although this light could be the door closing, like of him entering, and this could be him closing or something. Interesting. Just like how Urek's like, huh, I don't know where I am. So interesting. It must be confusing for him. He probably just thinks he's somewhere else in the outside. It looks like I'm lost, huh? So interesting to see Urek as our main character now, like their point of view character. I also do like his, his design. He has the same, I think he has the same shoes, but like he has, he's wearing shorts. He looks younger. He definitely looks younger than he did before. And he has a cool all white jacket. I do like his design. Dang it. Is there even a way out of this place? Where the hell is Pentaminum? So he was clearly chasing Pentaminum. And Pentaminum, I guess, I'm guessing Pentaminum just went immediately to Jihad's palace, just started wrecking crap, and then talked to Jihad and left. So they were like in completely different places. I don't know where Urek is right now. He's somewhere in the tower, but I don't know where specifically he is. Where the hell is Pentaminum? Come on, I need something to work with. Interesting. Very, very interesting. There's a portal opening. Give me 1 second. My computer's about to die. There we go. I think that's fine. There we go. It's fine now. Cool. Okay. You're surprised. Hedon or Hedon, whichever one. I think I don't actually remember how I say his name. Hedon or Hedon. I think I say both. I think it just depends on what my mouth feels like saying at the time. Gonna say Hedon for now, I guess. Urek's face, huh? Again, we don't know how weird the outside is. It's pretty weird. It's not like, again, it has all these fantastical things. It's not like our world or something. And in some cases, it's probably weirder than the tower. But to be fair, I'm pretty sure, even for Urek, it's pretty weird to see this rabbit, dolphin, shark man that looks like he's made out of marshmallows. Congratulations, you have opened the door. We also get new Hedon art, which is great. He looks amazing. I like how he looks like he's in a suit. Like his like these little wrinkles, it looks like his real body is underneath a suit. That's so cool. Like his jewels too. And earn the right to climb the inner tower as a regular. Cool. I like the inclusion of saying the inner tower. What awaits you within is a chance to seize everything you've ever desired. We get his staff shining. How does that sound? He stares into Urek. He looks surprised, he's shocked, or questions or something. What's the deal with this giant rabbit? It would be pretty weird. This man, this head-on, must not enter the tower. Interesting. That's so interesting because it's really interesting. Because he said already before that he entered the door himself, so he knows, head-on knows that Urek is an irregular. And he knows, and I'm guessing he didn't have this reaction to Jihad or anyone else showing up. Again, Pentaminum and Ryu are special because they didn't enter like the first floor. They like entered completely differently. So head-on really didn't meet them. I'm assuming at least. But head-on was like, he looked at Urek, which again, I'm sure he didn't do this for all the other irregulars, and he said, this guy must not enter the tower. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if that has to do with him being a Shining One. Must not enter the tower. I resend my invitation. Wow. We've never seen head-on do that, I think. I resend my invitation. I cannot allow you to meddle with the tower's affairs. Huh? At least tell me how to get out of here then. Interesting, very interesting. I think that's the word I've been using the most, interesting. Just it is very weird, and again, he knew he was an irregular. The moment he saw him, he was like, you open the door yourself, you're an irregular. But he then looked at him closer and said, this man must not be here. That's so interesting. At least tell me how to get out of here then. I do not have an answer for you. You must simply have to discover it yourself. He steps away. That's a cool shot of head-on. Hold on. You said that I can get everything I want in that inner tower, right? I like this shot of his eyes. Does that include Pentaminum? Interesting. Head-on gets to hear the name Pentaminum. Interesting. So, okay. So what is his response? I do not know that name. So yeah, that's confirmation. He does. Even if Pentaminum entered the tower, head-on doesn't know who Pentaminum is. Interesting. Because I assume that head-on just has like clairvoyance on everything that happens in the tower. So which I feel like that has to be the case. That's how he selects regulars, right? Like he can see everything in the tower. So like he's like, oh, now you're worthy or something. But he does not know Pentaminum. Interesting. I mean, that could be like Pentaminum could be like a higher being than head-on, which I already assumed to be the case. So he just can't and doesn't know Pentaminum. Interesting. But I will not dash your hopes. For it is true that everything awaits at the top of the tower. Alright then, I'm going in. Pardon? You said you don't know the way out of here, and I know for a fact that Pentaminum came this way. So I have to go in there, obviously. Okay, cool. Again, very interesting. I have to stop saying interesting. I just keep gonna say that every single second. I need to find a new word. Intriguing, but wow. Okay. So much lore, and we're not even halfway through the chapter. Okay, God. Head-on looks at him. I suppose I cannot turn away the one who opened the door himself. Okay. After all, the tower, he spins his staff, never rejects anyone who wishes to climb it. So he makes a portal for Urek. He's being very like theatrical head-on, which I feel like he is pretty, like, I feel like he is. I think that's his characterization. I feel like he's pretty over the top. Welcome to the tower. That's a cool shot too. Head on opening a portal to which Urek confidently strides into. Okay. This is the shot. This is the shot from, I think that's the first shot we knew about this spin-off. It looks so good. It looks really, really, really good. I'm loving the art style so far. Urek Mazino. So yeah, he knew Urek's name. Urek never told him his name, but he knew Urek Mazino's name. But he did not know Pentaminum. Super, super interesting. Which makes sense. He knew Bomb's name. Bomb never told him his name. He knew you're the 25th Bomb or Mr. Bomb or something like that. Tower of God, Urek Mazino. I love this font. That's a very cool font. Very cool new font for this new story. SIU. Episode 1, the floor of tests. So we're doing the whole thing, the whole shebang. We're gonna go through the floor of test. It's so interesting, and that's also very interesting because we're also gonna learn like specifically where this fits into like around the timeline or something. Because Urek, from what I understand, Urek came in before Evankel and before Hansung became like the ruler and the test directors and all that stuff and created Evankel's hell in the second floor. So I wonder if we're going to get to see who the previous ruler of the floor was. Interesting. Oh yeah, we're getting, this is almost exactly the building, but it doesn't have Evankel's name on it. Here in this little, I think you can see my mouse. Yeah, on this little thing right here, it used to say Evankel. I'm 100% sure that's the case. I'm either that or I'm going crazy, but I'm 100% sure that's the case. I'm trying to look at it actually right now in the book. Wow, there's actually a lot more pages before we get to that point than I thought. We get a clear shot of Evankel's, of that like floating ship or floating building or something. Yeah, it's right here. Found it completely. Yeah, it says, it says Evankel on that thing. Yeah, it clearly says Evankel on that little billboard thing. Interesting. So Evankel's not the ruler of this floor yet, which makes sense for the timeline, I guess. Consistency. It looks a little different too. On your feet, regulars. Sleepy time is over. This is a floor of test. We're getting the whole the field. What I do like about it though is that it looks different. Like it looks like, instead of being like yellow or like wheat, kind of dead grass, it's green, maybe indicating that it was in the past. The building earlier also, I just saw it looked in the in Tower of God, it looked more run down, where it looked more like not new, but like not as run down as it was before. Where you're sitting is the lowest part of the inner tower, where the test of hell is administered. So it was even called the test of hell before Evankel was there. Because again, I'm assuming Evankel's not here. Urek is on the floor. Urek is just vibing and he's just sleeping immediately. Which is funny because he got through the portal, which I'm guessing the portal just instantaneously teleports you to the floor of test. And Urek, in the time where he entered the portal and was lying on the floor, just fell asleep. Which is very funny. But Urek was it's gonna be interesting comparing and contrasting Urek's journey to Bomb's journey. Because we're gonna probably hit most of the story beats that Bomb had to go through with Urek. Salt. Interesting. Salt. I smell something salty. Interesting. Okay. There are exactly 400 regulars here. Your job is to kill and be killed. Okay. We get a new character. Interesting. Is he going to be like the coon? He looks like a coon. Like a goon character, type of character. Until there are only 200 left. Then the test will conclude, and those still standing will move on to the next test. Get another character. Oh, just so you know, you'll all be disqualified if half of you aren't dead within the next hour. Interesting. Was that in the original? I don't remember if that was stated in the original that they will all be disqualified if that number is not cut down in the hour. I could be completely wrong, and I just could be misremembering. No hiding, no slacking off. Just go and kill. Interesting. Who is this? This a new ranker? Okay. Oh, we get another character. He has a needle. He's dashing through. Yeah, he's just dashing through. I like his shirt. Like the sign of it. Like an X. Oh, he runs into this mosquito looking dude. He looks like whoever knows Pokemon, he looks like a mixture between Buzzwole, I think his name is, like that jacked mosquito, and kind of Dumas, like with the hair. Interesting. So he gets Slash. He dodges out of the way. I don't want to die. Okay, so this is very much like our. I feel like this is either like a Bomb or a Shibisu type of character who's going to be very weak. And I don't know if he's going to survive, to be honest. I don't know who any of these characters are going to survive. I think that's also a thing that I'm excited to know. Out of my way. So this is Urek just coming in out of nowhere. And jeez, okay. This guy almost got hit by that. What the? But again, we dodged it. At least. And this guy just got run through the chest, it looks like. Yeah, just completely demolished. Just a big splurt of blood all over the place. Are you all right? He looks up, shocked. Oh, it wasn't Urek. I thought it was Urek. That, you know, the yellow text and the yellow thing really threw me off. I thought that was definitely going to be Urek. The Lopobia Evelyn. Interesting. We got a Lopobia as our 10th grade family member of the second floor. Before it was a coon, and I guess technically a knock was the Lopobia adjacent, you know, like a beastkin. So interesting. So yeah. But we get Evelyn. Thank you so much. I like her design. I really like her hair and her uniform. Thank you so much. No need to thank me. But why did you save me? We're supposed to be fighting to the death, and that's the only way to qualify. You know what I thought? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, she did stab him with something. I thought she used Shinsu, but no, she actually threw a needle at him. You know what I thought when I heard those instructions? She grabs. I can't let the strongest regulars on this field move on to the next test when I don't even know what I'll have to face in the future. That's a very interesting logic. And I'm actually glad that even though this is the same test, we get characters with different, like different what they want. You know what I mean? Like Kun, when he heard the test, he was like, "Oh, instead of making a hunt, like instead of making these guys my enemies, I'll make the guys my allies or something like that." Um, but with Evelyn, she's like, "Hey, I'm getting rid of the strong ones, and I'm only gonna have to worry about the weak ones later. So I'm all good. I'm gonna pass this test." That's very interesting and cool mindset to have. Personally, I like to compete against the weakest 199, not the other way around. Very cool, and I love her needle. A very cool needle. It actually has like a guard. I don't think we have many needles with a guard in this series. I really like her design. I love her eyes. Really cool. This is the perfect opportunity to hunt down the strongest ones, don't you think? Does that mean you only let me live because I look weak? Exactly. I like their dynamic already. I think it's a very fun dynamic. Do you happen to be powerful? No, not at all. I'm the weakest person I know. Damn, that's crazy. Interesting. That's so funny. He happened to be powerful. Immediately about to kill him if he was actually strong. That's good. Let's go, Mr. Weak Guy. Coming. Okay, cool. I'm sure they're gonna be on a team together then. I don't know if they're gonna be on a team with Urek, but they're missing one person, so they might be. Oh, we get the red guy again, like the guy that Kun killed on the second floor. I think that's the same species. Yeah, it has multiple arms, big red dude. I think it's supposed to be this callback to that guy who Kun killed on the second floor. Get him. Yeah, he's fighting multiple people with he's doing a General Grievous and holding multiple needles. Whoa, look at him. He must be really strong. Taking all those people at the same time. Perfect. Yeah, Evelyn's like, all right, he's strong. Let's kill him. She jumps into the air. This is only the first chapter, and I think we've only gotten to halfway point. This is crazy. This chapter is super long. She jumps into the air and stabs him. Oh, that's cool. That's actually a cool way to show that, because he has multiple eyes. Some of the eyes are looking at where he got stabbed, and the other eyes, the center, are like in pain, in shock of what just happened to him. That's a cool way to do that. Yeah, but she just stabs him in like the nape of the shoulder. That's a cool panel. I really am liking Evelyn. I'm really liking a lot of the characters that we've been introduced so far. I think the characterization has been really good. Splatter of blood and a big boom as he falls to the ground. We keep moving. Yeah, Evelyn's all business. Yes, she's wiping the blood off her needle. Right. Perfect. I'll just stay with her. And this guy has his priorities straight. He was like, I'm just gonna survive by sticking next to her. She thinks I'm weak. Hide now. Oh, that's Evelyn saying that. Okay. Huh? Oh, another person. Wow. She pulled a rack and went to the highest place to look for people. How'd she get all the way up there? Is she really that strong? Strong enough to make you hide? Of course. Of course. Interesting. Of course. That's... Oh, is this a princess? Because she has the little jihad thing? One of Jihad's princesses. That's... We're getting a princess of Jihad. Which, you know... It's, We're getting a new princess of Jihad in the second floor, like in Dorsey, or like how Nock was for Bomb. Interesting. So Urek also had a princess of Jihad with him. It's also curious to me which ones of these characters we may see in the mainline story, if we do. And I wonder if some of them are like members of Wokai Song. I think that'd be a really cool way to tie in the spin-off and the main story. She looks like she has pink hair. I wonder if she's from the Eurasia family or something. Well, she couldn't be from the Eurasia family because of the whole Eurasia Anne incident, and you know they don't have princes anymore. So I guess she couldn't be from that family. That's. So I wonder if she is from one of the Katengru families or not. And we kind of know you can't. We kind of know you can be a princess from not one of the Katengru families, like how in Dorsey kind of is. What? Seriously, I've never seen one before. Just my luck having a monster like that in my first testing group. You know, she's just as beautiful as the rumors say. She has her design's really good, really cool. I love the hairpin, the Jihad hairpin. We get a... Evelyn pokes his eye out. Ow, what did I do? I just found your comment irritating, that's all. There's no denying that she's stronger than me, but when it comes to looks, that's a different story. I'm very much liking their dynamic. You're pretty too, of course, just as pretty as her. No need for that. I wasn't fishing for compliments. I do like. I think Evelyn I think Evelyn's my favorite so far. Out of this new story, but we'll see the other characters. She pulls out a needle. I'm loving all these new needle designs. This is so cool. Evelyn's has like a guard. She has like a flame, or like it looks like a fire. That's a really cool needle design. Get down, huh? She chucks that thing. Damn. Yeah, so she just used it as a spear. Wonder if she's... Interesting. Wonder if she might be a spear bearer. We don't have a lot of spear bearing princesses. Only Mashini comes to mind. And technically Mashini officially is a fisherman. They can just be a spear bearer because she's a coon. Damn, a bunch of people just died. If every splatters in person, she's killed a lot of people. And also she can, like, I'm guessing she can use Shinsu, because either that or the weapon is like the Mad Shocker, where it goes around all over the place. Which I feel like it wouldn't be like that. I think it's just easier to say that she's using Shinsu to control the needle. But that's still impressive. A bunch of, again, people just keep dying. Evelyn's hiding. Did she really just kill all those people? I like his design too. I like the blue eyes and the black hair. With a single strike. Interesting. Yeah, she just massacred everyone. Damn, I don't know how many people were dead before that, but she just killed a lot of people. See how many people just have died just now? You still think she's beautiful, huh? I mean, She's still really pretty. But after that, I don't think I'll ever be able to look her in the eye. And yeah, the needle just comes back to her. For a totally different reason. Evelyn goes again for another eye poke. What did I do now? Nothing. I'm just thinking there's a reason why men die earlier than women. Maybe not being able to see will help with your survival. I like to keep my eyes, thank you very much. Alright. So, again, we get another cool shot of her looking on. She notices, I really like her purple eyes, and like, I guess that would be either makeup or just how her, like, an eyelash or something. Is that man asleep? And you're just taking a nap. There's already a group closing in. Oh, they're gonna get destroyed. Already forming the lines, I see. Looks like he won't live for much longer. Huh, seriously? I guess it's true that the tower is filled with all sorts of weirdos. Interesting design. Still falling asleep during all this chaos. Unbelievable. This dude is super dead. You're kicking him? Hey, get up. I thought you were just gonna try to kill him in his sleep. Okay. Get up. I said get the hell up. He turns. 5 more minutes. Urek is all of us. Just doesn't want to get up. You're trying to pass the test like Laura. Yeah, that's very much true. Laura's strategy is just to sleep his way through the test. And it worked for him. It definitely worked for Urek too. 5 more minutes. Urek just trying to relax. What did he just say to me? Yeah, this big macho dude. Whatever, you're dead. I love how again, it's very odd you try to wake him up before you kill him. I mean, I guess he couldn't wake up after you kill him, but you know what I mean. Whatever, you're dead. Get him. Oh, Urek just does like a backstand flip or something. I tried to say something, but words couldn't come out. These guys have cool needles too. What's with everyone having cool needles? The other guy, the guy with the hat, is the only one with a normal needle so far. He just flips over. He's jacked still. He kicks both of them in the face, and I'm just guessing their head's gonna pop off. Yep, they just fly into the sky. That's a really cool shot of Urek, though. That's a very dynamic and cool shot. Like, it flowed really good together. Him flipping, him kicking, and then, you know, the people flying into different directions. It really was cool. Yeah, I'm really liking the art so far. They're just flying off. Looks like I was right. Didn't she say that Urek was gonna be the one who died? I guess she meant the other guy. And that was just kind of like a weird translation. He flipped over completely. Didn't I say? Oh, he's pissed. 5 more minutes. Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, God. Take as much time as you want. You ruined my nap by waking me up. He just runs away screaming. Really? You passed out? Damn, this dude just passed out from the fear of your chasing him down. I mean, he might survive, I guess. I don't think Urek's gonna... That'd be crazy if Urek just punched him while he's down. Oh, really? You passed out? Well, maybe that means I can sleep uninterrupted this time. Attention! Only one more regular must be eliminated for the conclusion of this test. 10 minutes remaining. I'm guessing this is the princess? Yeah. The princess jumps down to where Urek is. Urek looks... This is the first princess Urek's ever interacted with. I wonder if we're gonna get her name in this chapter, or in these chapters coming up at least. Huh? What do you want? A date? Damn, Urek. You wish. I do already like their dynamic. Urek already simping for Jihad princesses. I think you forgot to kill this one. I'd be happy to help. And Urek stops her, grabs her needle. Yeah, no. Thanks. I think I'm good. I do like Urek's, seeing this from Urek's point of view, because again, Bomb was so much different from Urek. You're not going to kill him? But that's the rule of this game. Look, I'm a free spirit. I don't have to follow any rules. I see. If you refuse to take this game seriously... A swing. Oh, she tried to... Or like, it's a warning shot. Past Urek's. Then I'll simply kill you myself. Damn, alright. Again, the thing is that another interesting thing about this is that we know Urek, even without this whole like, what's it called? New, Shining One thing, was already a beast, a super strong person when he entered the tower. Like, that's just been confirmed in the main story. So I'm guessing Urek's stronger than every person here. Sorry, not gonna happen. Where Bomb was like the weakest, like one of the weakest people on the floor of test. Hold on. How did I not notice? Just how? She's confused. How drop that gorgeous she is. Never change, Urek. Never change. He turns away blushing. Don't tell me you're suddenly too scared to look me in the eye. It's not like that. I guess I just find pretty women a bit intimidating. Damn. You see, I've never had a girlfriend before. Do you ever take anything seriously? I was gonna say that changed, but I don't think that ever has changed for Urek. I'm pretty sure Urek's never had an actual girlfriend before. I mean, we've seen his phone with all these other girls, like girl A, girl B, girl C or something. But like, again, I don't think he's ever had a girlfriend before, even now in present time. Although he wants, even how much he would wish that his girlfriend was Goram. Okay, hold on. There is no need for us to kill each other. That's the whole point of the game. The rest are hiding and time's quickly running out. Again, I didn't know how much I would actually like Urek's design without his hat. But I do really like his just his design. It looks cool. Makes him look a lot younger. Which is interesting because we already had Data Urek, like, on the hidden floor with his hat. And that also looked younger to me. To me, it seems much more logical to kill you rather than waste my time hunting down those rats. Well, why are you ignoring the prey that's right in front of you? What? Right there. Urek. I mean, he doesn't know any better, but still. Right there. The test director's lighthouse. Do you take me for a fool? Hey! He starts shouting. Glad I could catch your stream. Hey! No problem, man. I'm glad you could catch it too. The stream's been going on for a while, but just because how long this first chapter is. And I think we're getting to it. Hey! Yeah, you! Hiding in that cube! The cube, I'm guessing a ranker who's listening and reacts. Are you fair game too? What's he going on about? Come on. Get your butt down here. I like this chibi. Get your butt down here. I'll kill you. And end this test. Urek is really going full Karen on these test directors. They're like, I'm just trying to do my job. Stop it. You don't talk to the test director like that. Don't you know he's a ranker? He's freaking out. Even if you manage to kill him, he wouldn't count as one of the 200. Not that it would ever happen, but he put his thumb down. Calm down. If I manage to beat you, that counts as 2, deal? Interesting. We're gonna see Urek fighting a ranker in his first appearance into the tower. Looks like we've got ourselves a dang fool. He's laughing. Is he actually coming down? That's very surprising to me. A flash appears and then a big boom. Oh my goodness. This dude. No, this guy's massive. Damn. Put this guy next to Lero and Lero looks like a Lero looks like the skinniest dude ever. Damn, that's crazy. I don't think we get a lot of pure, like, I'm guessing this guy's like just a ranker, like, you know, like baseline ranker. We don't get a lot of rankers that are like super jacked. That normally is saved for like high rankers and people like that. Normal rankers are like Mulov or like what's it called, Lero and Quant and all that kind of stuff. This dude is big. Urek's just standing there. The test director. Everyone, you can hear the rumbling. Oh, this got to be a Pobodao. There's no way this is a Pobodao. He has the book, the glasses. He looks like a Pobodao. We get another shot of this dude, who I said earlier looks like a Kun character. Is in the field. I like his like arm gauntlets or something. Funny what length Urek would go to not have to deal with the princess. Very true. Very, very true. And I feel like if it was anyone else other than the princess, Urek would have been like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. But he's like, oh, for like annoying me or something. But Urek was like, she's so gorgeous, I can't kill her. I'm gonna antagonize this ranker instead of killing this princess. I'm guessing you come from some kind of slum where you don't even learn about rankers, which is a thing that happens in the tower. I mean, there's places in the tower where people don't even know they're in a tower, and there's also places in the tower where people don't even know that, like, Jihad is the king of the tower. Like, the Jihad exists at all. So, like, that definitely makes sense. This dude is massive. He's super big. He's probably, I don't know how big Urek is compared to Bomb. He probably is maybe the size of Rack in his, like, decompressed form. I mean, not uncompressed form. I mean, yeah, that's what decompressed means. What am I talking about? Yeah, this dude's big. I really like his outfit though. His design's cool. I've seen regulars like you before, stupid and clueless. Do you want to kill me and end this test? What makes you think you stand a chance against the test director of the floor of test? Look, Urek just looks annoyed. I'd say it's because you look like a total weakling. And that is the end of chapter 1. Wow, that chapter was so long. Damn. How long have I been streaming for? Actually, I want to check that right now. Streaming for an hour already, just from this one chapter. Damn, that's insane. That was a very long chapter, and I feel like, I mean, it also was long because I paused a lot to talk about everything, but still, it was very long. Well, let's immediately go to the next one, because again, if I don't do that, this stream's gonna be very long. Hopefully the next streams we do, I'm gonna have more time to just talk than anything else. Okay. Urek Mazino, episode 2, The Biggest Fish. Okay. A weakling. I do wonder, because I'm sure that Urek got stronger through his climb in the tower, although his climb was only like the shortest amount, like 50 years. Still, I do want to assume that Urek got stronger than, you know, just staying at the same level from the floor of test all the way to like a ranker or something, because I think that'd be like kind of boring. If he was just as strong as, like, you know, I'm top 4 of the tower as soon as I enter the tower. So I wonder how strong he actually is right now. I'm assuming he's stronger than rankers, or around the ranker, or can fight a ranker at least, you know. But that's very I'm curious of how strong Urek actually is at this point. A weakling. This is a cool shot. Huh. Urek looks surprised. This guy's screaming or laughing. I think he's laughing. That panel looked like he was screaming. His screaming alone makes everything shake and shockwaves form. He's just laughing, but I can feel the Shinsu surging. Rankers really are in a league of their own. Okay. Just listen to yourself. Oh wow, that is a cool. I'm loving the art. Really, the art. It's weird because I feel like the art in places has this like watercolor feel to it. Like everything's very like splotchy. It looks really cool. Like it's not just solid colors. Just listen to yourself. He puts his hand on Urek's shoulder. Within the inner tower, no ranker is permitted to harm a regular. Okay. Yeah, that's true. But the test director of the floor of tests holds the authority to enforce appropriate disciplinary action on any regular who disobeys the rules. Yeah, because you guys have because we have to remember that every ranker in the mainline story that attacks a regular is kind of doing it illegally. Like we saw that mostly with the first parts of the series with Fug, and then it became less. Most rankers fight Bomb, and Bomb's an irregular, so it makes, I guess, the rules don't really apply to him that much. But most of the people that have attacked regulars as rankers are kind of doing it illegally or indirectly. So, yeah. But it's interesting to know, like, 100% that the test directors hold a certain amount of leeway that they can, like, punish regulars if they disobey the rules, which we have seen when that's like the whole recent Rack became mini Rack because Hansung got annoyed at him and did that to him. And I'd say taking off one of your arms. Urek leans, whichever one. They lean closer to each other. Should fall under appropriate disciplinary action. What do you think? Disciplinary action. Maybe I'm quite clueless, like you're suggesting. Urek grabs his arm, but it's very interesting to see Urek's first interaction with a ranker compared to Bomb's first interaction with Leroro, where Bomb and Leroro are just chilling and talking. But it's still funny because both, I'm guessing this guy, whoever this guy is, gonna be like, look at Urek and be like, this guy's a monster or something. But Leroro also said the same thing about Bomb, even though these interactions are so different. Leroro still looked at Bomb after the whole Shinsu thing, like test, and said, this kid's a monster. So just very cool and interesting, the parallels. But how can you enforce? He squeezes his metallic arm. What the? Irregular with this much strength? How is this possible? I also wonder if this ranker is using Shinsu. I'm guessing not, because when we see test directors, they're only using either a limited, very small, limited amount of Shinsu or no Shinsu at all. Like how Quant physically was only really matching in Dorsey in the game, was because he wasn't using Shinsu. He was just using his pure actual body, and he still won that fight. But a ranker's physical body isn't that strong. It's mostly Shinsu amplifying your strength to an insane level. How is this possible? Any kind of disciplinary action when you're so weak. I'm guessing this is going to be most of the series. You're just wrecking everything, which, it's fun. Because it's kind of annoying when series do that with a character you don't know. But when this kind of has a leg up or a benefit that we know Urek, and we know how strong he is, and we know his lore and all that kind of stuff. And we also know, so we have like grounds to be like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is not like, oh, this is boring because this main character is too OP or something like that. It's just cool to see Urek be Urek, when you're so weak. He's like cracking his wrist that he's holding on to. You dare insult me. You, a brat who's never even felt the flow of Shinsu. There's a big beep. There are now 200 regulars remaining on the field. The game has concluded. The game has concluded. The princess looks shocked. Sounds like someone managed to get another kill, and so just a random dude who just died. And that's good. I suppose I could have benefited from getting rid of such a powerful competitor. But someone who is so reckless that he's willing to challenge a test director. It's the hand snatches away. Could come in handy as I work towards my goal. Okay. I do like how we're getting these characterizations of these characters, like we're getting inner monologues and then other stuff. It's not just Urek centric. And these characters are like, oh, I have my own goals, I have my own aspirations. I think that's a key part of what Tower God is. It's not just, it's not just Bomb's show. He's like the main focus, obviously. He's the main character, but like you have all these other characters that are amazing too. And they have their own personality and goals. You got lucky, regular. Again, his assign's really cool. Be grateful you're moving on to the next test alive and learn some humility. And learn some humility if you want to survive. This tower is full of monsters, far stronger than you can even imagine. My apologies for the commotion, Your Highness. I like that aspect, like the of him actually showing respect to the princess. Even if, she's a regular. It's fine. What a shame. Oh, that's Urek saying that. Well, what a shame. If I'd had just a few more seconds, I could have taken you down. Urek just really wants to fight this dude. What the hell? Oh, he's using Shinsu. Did you just say? He's yeah, you see this vortex of Shinsu kind of coiling around him now. Urek seems surprised. Wow, he looks really surprised. Really, really shocked. This power, I've never felt anything like it before. Curious. Director Danjon, whichever one. I'm just gonna say Dajon. Or Donjon. I guess it's Donjon, whichever one. Who's this guy? This new character coming in. That's enough. A cool mask. A lot of spikes. He can't this is a character who can't really do the classic stretching the neck, because he's just gonna stab his shoulder with that mask. That's enough. Head director. Oh, so this is the Hansung of this this time period. Interesting. Head director. Who are you? Are you the big fish? He shakes his head. Incorrect. I do like his design. It's a little simplistic, his shirt, but the mask makes it cool. The biggest fish. That's a cool line. The biggest fish. The test is now complete. You've got no time to waste down here. Wrap things up and come back up there, Dajon. Yes, sir. Just flies up, I guess. The test is over. Oh, that's cool. It's coming from his voice and from the lighthouse. The test is over. If you're still alive to hear this announcement, you'll be moving on to the next test. Brace yourselves. the following one will be even tougher than what you just went through. He leaps out the ground, and you listen closely. You've managed to get away with your life this time, but if you ever try something like this again, I'll rip you to shreds. I don't care if you're just. I don't care if you're a regular. Again, really liking the art style, really liking the use of different colors and shadings, and I just like it. I just like this art style. Sure. Good luck with that. I love how unbothered Urek is. Yeah, where this would come off as like, this main character may be too arrogant, too whatever, blah, 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 too overpowered from the start. It doesn't matter to Urek because we have the knowledge of the main series. And I think even without the main series, this could work. But the main series just enhances this. Obviously. Because I'm sure they may go into explanations on other stuff that we already learned from the main series. Good luck with that. Congratulations on finishing the first test. All regulars who are still alive on the field will be transported to the next test site. All of them are getting warped away. Inside the floating castle of the floor of tests, the head test director's office. A test director interfering during the very first test. What an embarrassment, really. My apologies, head director. I should have known better than to let a regular provoke me. I simply lost my composure. I've never encountered something like this before. Is this some kind of attempt to question my authority in the ruler of the floor's absence? Did I read that correctly? Is that weirdly mistranslated? Is this some kind of attempt to question my authority in the ruler of the floor's absence? Never mind. I just read it completely weird. It makes sense. It's not bad grammar. Of course not. I wouldn't dare. Also, the ruler of this floor, who's definitely not Evankel, is not here either. Just like Evankel in the main story, they are also absent, which I wonder if we're ever going to get to see them. I wouldn't dare. I've heard all about everything you've accomplished when you were higher up the tower, sir. I would never try to do such a thing. Alright. That's good to hear. Make sure this never happens again. He has a piano in his room. That's cool. Also, you get all these, I was gonna say like a certain design. I like this design. It's very reminiscent of something, but I forgot the name of the thing. Well, whatever. Yes, sir. Hopefully you won't be so foolish. But if you ever allow yourself to be provoked by a regular again, I want you to teach them a lesson they'll never forget. Oh, that's interesting. I thought he was gonna say I'll kill you or something like that. No, he's like, hey, if you ever go off the rails again, make sure to kill them, or make sure to punish them so hard that they never even dream of doing that again. I think that's a way better line. The other line would have just made him a little more generic, or like, he's like, I'll kill you or something like that. But this guy probably thinks highly of the difference between regulars and ranker status. He's like, no, these guys are beneath us. Very interesting. Because we really didn't get that mindset in the second floor test. in the second floor of the main series. Most of the people were just, most of the rankers were pretty chill, honestly. Of course, I won't be responsible for the cleanup. Oh, right. You're dismissed. What the hell does he want me to do? What the hell does he want me to do? Whatever. I'm not scared of him. I'm scared of what he's capable of. Then that means you're scared of him. Or am I just missing something context? Maybe that's just a bad translation. At least now I have the head test director's permission to destroy that regular if I ever get the chance. I mean, yeah, you just got pure permission to do whatever you want if Urek steps out of line again. Urek Mazino, was it? There's a flash of his profile or something. Is that the... Did they take a picture of Urek when he was sleeping? Finally, a regular who might actually be entertaining. But what kind of backwater is he from? Yeah, they took a picture of him sleeping. That the records don't even indicate his birthplace. That's cool. That's a cool detail. Also, I guess they would have had the same thing for Bomb. Like the same thing, we don't know where he was born or something in the original series. We get all these regulars. There's Urek. I want to see if I can. There's Urek. I don't know where the other people are. Maybe they're not in this group shot or something. Is there another layer? I'm gonna zoom in. I think that's another Leroux. This guy in a sleeping bag. Get another guy in a sleeping bag. Yeah, I don't see the other ones, but we have another Leroux here. That's funny. There we go. Even 200 is a bit much, isn't it? He bumps into maybe I shouldn't have taken out a few more. Hey, watch where you're going. My bad. It's a bit crowded in here. Wait, I remember you from the first test. Right this way, sir. Sure. Sir? He's definitely way older than me. Out of my way. Out of the way, all of you. This dude is jacked. And he did survive the first test. I wonder if I'm guessing he's gonna be part of the main cast, I guess, then. Welcome, everyone. Congratulations on surviving the very first test. Is this a new ranker? Or is this... I'm guessing it might be. I'm the director of this test. Oh, she has a cool design. I love the eyes. Whoa. Just has horns. I don't know if those are fake or not, but they might be real. A very cool design. I love her coat. I know there's a name for that, but like fur coat. Gisli. Yeah, it's definitely Gisli, not the other one. God damn it. I'm not. I could try to search up a pronunciation for that name, but I'm afraid it's actually the other thing that I'm thinking about, and I don't want to say that, so I'm just gonna say Gisli. We'll set the other one for a second there. Yeah, Gisli. Cool. Huh? Another one. I was hoping to see the first one again. What a shame. He really wants to beat up the other one. Urek really wants to fight him. The Jong, Dang Jong, something like that. This test has a very simple rule. I also like that we're getting, obviously we're getting back into the test, and I think that's a cool thing because like in the main story of Tower God, it's unlikely that we're gonna get that many tests. We may get like little ones here and there, but it's very unlikely that we're gonna get back into the test, seeing how this story is progressing. So it's nice to see the test again. To climb the tower, you must master two things: teamwork and conflict. Also, yeah, now that you said the teamwork thing, I just realized that they didn't do the thing of like after everyone killed each other, they got into a group of 3. So are they doing that now? Since you were just at each other's throats, it's time for you to join forces. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I did not realize that they didn't do that earlier. In this test, you'll be forming teams of 3. But don't become so close that you won't be able to betray each other. Remember, when you're climbing the tower, she like forms a purple shinsu, kind of like a fire, in her hands. Teamwork is always followed by division. Now, let me explain the rules of the test. Oh, out of the curtain behind her, 2 big eyes come out. This is one of the most beloved games out there for splitting into teams. Flip. Oh my goodness. That's a big humanoid goat. Wow. Alright. That's a cool design. I like the red and blue hands. Or flop. Flip or flop? Flip or flip? What? Flip or flop? There's a big ball. Somewhere on the floor of test. So we're still on the floor of test, but we're cutting perspective. Who's this dude? This guy just forms a bang of shinsu on his hands. He just chucks it, and this other dude's running away. He chucks it as this guy hits him, apparently. He also has a what? Is this the dude from earlier? I didn't see him in the crouch. Is this the guy from earlier? No, because this is on his back. But he has the same logo, I think. It looks like the same logo, at least. The X. Interesting. I'm sure even they can see you're not putting in any effort. Oh, it's the guy. The test director. The head test director. I'm just gonna call him the supervisor for now. Oh, never mind, we got a name. Hey, Rahab. Rahab? When do you get here? How's the new batch of regulars? So this guy's a ranker. I wonder if he's another test director, maybe the Shinsu instructor. Yeah, he does have the same, yeah, that's the same logo on him. But this one's on his back. Alright. If they're boring. Oh, you get a shot of all these guys. Okay, wait. This is the test director. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 people here, but so these can't be the other test directors, the other admins, because that's already all the 5 positions. And obviously Gisli's Gisli's not there, and doesn't look, any of these silhouettes don't look like the guy we got earlier. That's interesting. Alright, that's the end of that chapter. Wow, okay. Again, we're gonna speed run these because got stuff to do. It's been a very busy week for me, and I think it's gonna continue to keep being a busy week for me. But we do gonna have to speed run these, but I am gonna talk about them after we finish this one. We're in the 3rd chapter of Urek Mazino. I am going to drink some water because my throat is killing me. All right. Okay, now let me explain the rules. Yeah, we already read this. I'm going to skip this because we already read the flip or flop. Okay. Urek Mazino, episode 3, flip or flop. Flip or flop? I've never even heard of that game. Seriously? They don't even know how to play flip or flop? What rock have they been living under? Do you know the rules of the games? Of course, sir. You split into teams by flipping your hand up or down like this. Okay. You end up on the same team as the people who have their hand flipped the same way as you. Okay. So like whoever has their hand up, you team up with the people that have their hand up. Okay, pretty simple. For example, we'd be on the same team if we both flipped our hands down. So make sure you let me know which way you're flipping. What makes you think I want to be on your team? Unfortunately, the rules of this game are slightly different from what you just described. You can hear us from there. The original rules are very simple, where you flip your hand up or down in order to divide into teams. However, in this game, you'll be playing flip or flop with the giant goat behind me. Alright, how's that going to get them into teams? Especially teams with 3. What? With that goat? Yes, if you look carefully at his hands, the right one is flipped down and the left one is flipped up. As you can see, your hands are positioned identically. My hands are positioned identically, which means I have successfully passed this round. Okay, so you have to match him. Now, your task will be to watch Mr. Goat's hands and flip your hand at the end of the chant to match his. If you get it, you'll pass. If not, you'll fail. Okay? Well, you know what they say, you learn best by doing. Let's get started with the first game. Huh? Right now? No pressure, everyone. No pressure, everyone. Or not. His eyes flash. Mr. Goat, please begin. Don't chicken out. Flip or flop. Don't chicken out. Flip or flop. The hand just rotates super fast. That was so fast. Urek does not look impressed. I like this guy with the mask. I like this dude's mask. So fast. What the? Seriously? Did you even see that? No, not at all. How are we supposed to flip our hands like that? How disappointing. Among 200 of you, only 24 passed. Urek obviously passed. I'm guessing the princess passed. Maybe Evelyn passed. You actually got it, sir? Yeah, it was easy. The regulars who just passed the first round. Yeah, she passed. Well, that makes sense. I mean, she is a princess of jihad. Will be privileged. Will have the privilege of choosing their teammates. Oh, okay. Huh? Choosing teammates. Yeah, Evelyn passed. Cool. This guy did not pass. Yes, you can select someone who just failed a test to become one of your teammates through a game of flip or flop. Oh, so they do another game of flip or flop, and then that allow me to demonstrate. Would any one of the lucky 24 like to select their teammate first? Quickly. Me, I want to do it. Okay. Perfect. Please select one of the eliminated regulars. Wait, what if she got it? I really like her design. Wants to be with me. She turns away. She keeps walking away. I saw you during the first test. You're pretty good. How do you feel about being on my team? What was I think? Sounds good to me. To be fair, the whole point of her wanting to eliminate everyone strong was because she wanted to have an easier time up the floor, so she would go for the stronger people now and that she's gonna have to team up with. Sounds good to me. There's no reason for someone like her to team up with me. Alright, same rules as last time. Please proceed with the game after the chant. Don't chicken out, flip or flop. If he can follow my hand movements, he will be on my team. But if he's too slow, don't chicken out, flip or flop. He'll probably end up. Oh, she's going ham. Yeah, her eyes glow red. She goes super fast and he's surprised. And they don't match because it's, you're always, when you're facing someone different, you're flipped. So technically he didn't match her hands. I thought you wanted to be on, I thought you wanted me on your team. What a shame. I was hoping you'd be one of the better ones. What? If you can't even handle a basic hand flip, you're definitely not what I'm looking for. Damn, that's savage. Yeah, but it makes sense if they're able to read her hand flips. They're strong. That's what she wants. Figure someone from one of the 10 grade families. You scammer. No, you're not. You're just not good enough. Would understand the rules of the tower so well. Oh, how unfortunate. I was hoping we'd get our very first team. And it seems like the goat hand, since you've been. The goat squeezes him. He's gonna eat him. He yells for eliminated again. What the hell? You'll be sacrificed to Mr. Goat. No, you've never mentioned anything about. He screams as the goat just eats him. That thing just ate him. You can't do something like that. Like I said, the rules are simple. If you fail after being chosen as a potential teammate, you'll be sacrificed to Mr. Goat. However, if you succeed, you'll get to choose whether to sacrifice the one who called you or keep them on your team. Oh, so if you do match, you get to choose. Yeah, so you get to choose if the person, if you're like, oh, I want to be teams with you, or I don't, you die now. It's like a reverse of the person who gets sacrificed. That's another level of things to this game. Your ultimate goal is to form teams of 3 as the game progresses. If you're left without a team as the conclusion of the game, you'll be disqualified. The true goal of this game isn't to get into teams. It's all about the survival of the fittest, just like the first test. Interesting, very interesting. In other words, the level of trust needed would be insane. 100%, definitely 100%. It reminds me, it kind of reminds me of a game you would see in like Squid Game. You know, like a very classical children's game being turned into like, oh, a death game of like trust or not trust or something like that. It definitely seems like a Squid Game type of game. In other words, if you manage to follow the hand's movement in the first part of the game, you get the opportunity to eliminate a lot of people, to eliminate whoever you want. Yeah, because you're already considered the best. Like, you already were fast enough to follow the goat's movements. You'll be fast enough to eliminate whoever you want, technically, unless you want them on your team. Urek looks up. Now, the remaining 23 of you may choose one regular from the pool of those who were eliminated. I choose you. Who should I shove down that goat's throat? Oh, so he's someone who passed. Interesting. And one of these people, I don't know who actually between them, passed and is playing a game. No, please, I don't want to die. Oh, the Pobadao. I'm guessing it's the Pobadao who passed. Makes sense from the 10 Great Families. Hey, you. Yes, sir? Follow the goat's movements. Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's play. You want me to play with you? What? You backing out now? I thought you wanted to be on my team. Right, I did say that. Why do you look so scared then? Well... Oh, just so you know, you'll be sacrificed immediately if you refuse to play. Damn, well, it's crazy. Fine, I'll play. Gotta follow the rules, right? Damn, that'd be terrifying. Well, I'm dead. I've seen how fast his hand flips are. Don't chicken out. Flip or flop. You know... I'm feeling like showing off my palms today. Damn. Oh, so Urek told him. Interesting. Don't chicken out. Flip or flop. He wants to show off his palms. Does that mean he'll flip them both up? It's also like, because apparent from like what we saw earlier, the game only requires one hand. I don't know if this is actually like a game in like Korea or like in other parts of the world. I'm guessing it may be. This earlier we saw only one hand like flipping or flop, but now this is two hands, which it may not seem like a lot, but it adds another level of like, oh shoot, he may go like this and this. Like it adds another like it adds like he may go up and down or up or up down like that whole thing. And he shows off his palms. Does that mean he'll flip them both up? What if he's just messing with me? Yeah, that's the thing we were just talking about, the level of trust. Like he's like, he just said this, but what if he's lying to me? He could literally just say that to mess with me and kill me. Can I trust him or not? I mean, like, you're gonna die. Like, you may die either way. So what's the point or not? Oh, they flipped it. Yeah, but obviously they both flipped up. So he chose to trust him. I got it. Man, that would have been sad. Imagine if he didn't trust him and he didn't do that. Urek would have just died. Urek would have been like, man, why didn't you trust me? I don't think, if that happened, I don't think Urek would have let him die. I feel like he went out of his way to already tell him, hey, I'm flipping both my hands up. I feel like it would have been like a scene of like the goat goes to reach out for him and you're like punches the goat's hand or something. I got it. Sir. Somebody in the background screaming no. I think I feel like he would have done that just because he already went out of his way to both save him in the first game and tell him, right? But also, you know, I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe he would have just let him die if he didn't trust him. Sir, I don't understand. Why would you put your life... Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, now he has the opportunity to kill Urek if he wants to. Why would you put your life in the hands of someone you just met? I mean, I could kill you if I wanted to. Yeah, I know. So why? Why bet on me when there's so many others who are stronger? It's simple. I had a feeling you'd trust me. So I decided to trust you. In return. Wow. Interesting. I kind of do hope now that this guy doesn't die and it's like a part of Wolfhack Song in the future. That's what being a team is all about, right? I mean, I guess you could also stab me in the back. The hand reaches out for Urek. Stop! Don't touch him. He's my new teammate. Cool. I like this guy. I think that I like how they're characterizing these characters and all these. They're making them very well liked. The goat stops and Urek smiles. I apologize, sir. I should have given you my full trust from the very beginning. This guy also, he has like military pants. I wonder if he was like in a sort of, wherever he came from, he was like in a sort of like police position or like military position where he came from. You see, I was just a nobody until I got a chance to enter the tower. Maybe not. You'll never forget this honor of... I'll never forget this honor of earning your trust, sir. You can always count on me to be your biggest ally. Sounds good. But you can just drop the sir and just use my name. I mean, you're clearly older than I am. Of course, sir. I mean, okay. Now, come on. Just one more teammate and we'll be the most powerful team in the game. Hate to break it to you, but that's never gonna happen with you on our team. We'd be lucky not to be to not end up the weakest team here. That's crazy. It's all crazy because I feel like whoever joins Urek, that's automatically the strongest team in the game just because of Urek. That's a funny line. The first game is now over. What a shame. Only 7 of you managed to find a team. Let's move on to the next game. You got this. Oh, so they have to do if you're on a team, you can pick one representative to participate. You got this. So it's Urek again. Don't chicken out. Yeah, they're doing the goat thing again. Don't chicken out. Flip or flop. Don't chicken out. Flip or flop. The hand rotates. The hand pauses. Oh, and they rotate again. What the? Did it just bait us? Oh, that sucks. I mean, makes sense with all the people that just got it right the first time. So it baited some of them. Sir, you lost. Relax, I did it on purpose. Also, don't call me sir. Why would you lose on purpose? Just look around you. I'm sure others did the same thing. I don't understand. Why would anyone try to lose instead of winning? Think about it. The strongest players were already identified in the last round. Who'd be reckless enough to risk losing the game by challenging them? I guess that does make sense. Besides, having to play again would just be a hassle. It's called avoiding unnecessary conflict. Oh, I see now. Wait, since they all know we're a strong team, I bet no one's going to challenge us this round. Somebody's going to challenge them. But there are some weirdos in the world who would. Hey, you. Yeah. So the princess is gonna try to join their team. Oh, I remember you from the first game. Wait, look at her jewelry. Play around with me. She's the princess of Jihad. Is he? Speaking of weirdos, her new target. You want to play with me? Just so you know, if you want to kill me, it's not gonna work. That's not it. Should you succeed, I'd like to bring you onto my team. Did she just say she wants him on her team? Murmur, whisper. Seriously? Look, is he from one of the Tangrid families? Look at his white hair. He has to be an REA. That's cool. That's cool that they think he's an REA. No. If he were an REA, he'd be way better looking than that. Damn, bro. Shit. I mean, to be fair, all the REAs we've seen are really good looking, but at the same time, damn, that's a crazy stray for Urek. Sir, you're gonna take her offer, right? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Sorry, but I'm not interested. I already got my eyes on someone else. I wonder who he has his eyes on. He didn't really meet anyone else on the floor. I already got my eyes on someone else. What? Is this someone else stronger than me? Let us say I'm looking for something different. I see. Well, no matter. I still want you on my team. Yeah, he can't really refuse. Unless, he decides to fight the goat. Start the game. You're a stubborn one, aren't you? I'll be down to start a relationship with you if you're interested. Be careful, or you'll get eaten by a giant goat. No thanks, I'd rather die. I could say the same to you. Get your head in the game if you want to live. I'm not planning on holding back. Don't chicken out, flip or flop. Don't chicken out, flip or flop. They both rotate their hands. Urek is definitely gonna win this. I can't see their hands right now. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. Again, the thing is, the weird thing about both of them being reflected, like rotated. He won. I thought he lost for a second. He got it. Well, I don't want her on my team. Damn, you're just killing a Jihad princess in the first game. I don't want her on my team. Huh? She looks shocked. There's a flash from the goat. There's no way. A princess of Jihad got disqualified. The giant hand comes at her. During the second test, And that's the end. That's a good cliffhanger to leave off on. I don't think for a second she's gonna be, she's gonna get eaten. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe they're gonna bend the rules because she's a princess of Jihad. I wonder. Let me go actually back to the first chapter because I wanna. Now that we're gonna get into the discussion side of things, I do want to stop on a certain panel. If I can find the panel. This man is not into the tower, blah, 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 blah. There it is. That is the panel that I want to leave off on. There goes the princess. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Let me I'll leave it on this pen. Okay, cool. Wow. There we go. That is the first 3 chapters of the new Urek Mazino spinoff. It's so I enjoyed myself immensely. I very much liked it. I love being back on the test floor. I love being back. I love seeing the differences, like, you know, like no Han Sung-yu, no Laro, nothing of that nature. New characters. I think I liked every new character we met. I liked Evelyn. I did like the rankers. The designs are cool. I want to see more of them. Urek is just Urek. Urek is, I like Urek. Then I love the lore stuff. I love the beginning. The first chapter was super long, but you know, great chapter, amazing chapter. The first chapter I think is my favorite chapter out of the 3 we read. We got Pantamnum lore, we got Urek lore, obviously. We got outside of the tower lore, technically, with the shining ones and things like that. Maybe the creation of the universe as we know it, with the darkness and the light and all that kind of stuff, you know. Interesting, very, very interesting. Super excited to see how all this pans out. I wonder who's gonna survive, because I really do wonder if we're gonna get to see some of these characters in the mainline story. Maybe whenever we get a Wokai Song arc, which I really hope in the mainline story we get a whole arc revolving around Wokai Song, like on the 77th floor. I think that would be a perfect arc to introduce, like Big Reunion, stuff like that. If we don't get introduced to Big Reunion in this series, which I don't know if we're going to, because I don't really know when Urek met Big Reunion, like in terms of his climb. Bigger lore drop than V in being inside Bomb, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, I think so. I think they're pretty comparable, but I think the lore drop, the V lore drop, was more, oh my god, because we had a whole story to look back on and see, like, oh, are there any hints, clues, or like things maybe that we can draw from, to be like, oh, this moment makes more sense now because of this thing or this thing, whatever. But just from like a world building point of view, I kind of agree that, you know, it's very big information that we just learned about. It's basically like changing the whole thing about what we knew about the tower and how it really affects everything. I think it's really, really interesting. Urek being Urek, just picking fights with people, with rankers, very, very fun, very in character. I wonder if we're ever going to get a conclusion to that. I wonder if Urek ever is going to get to fight a ranker or that specific ranker in this story. I'm sure he is going to. I feel like it's been set up for that to be a thing, with both of the characters. And then I really want to see more of Evelyn. I really like Evelyn. I think Evelyn, out of all the characters that have been introduced, she's my favorite. Her design's good. Her personality's good. She has a very distinct personality. Truth of the outside of the tower has been quite mysterious until now. All I knew about the outside till now was from your videos on SAUs on old publications. Yes, which I think is still one of my favorite videos that I've ever done. Just because it was fun to look at that stuff and find out more stuff that I didn't know before. But it's not, I don't know. Yeah, that's all I knew about the tower, the outside of the tower too. I kind of put all the information we all knew about the outside of the tower into that video. But yeah, I think the only reason I would hesitate to say that was a bigger lore drop than the V stuff is because we do have lore drops, but at the same time it's so mysterious that it's like we still don't know anything really. What do we know about the outside of the tower now? With that new information, we know about the Shining Ones, and we know about Urek and Pentamnum being created from like this entity of the darkness or whatever. But what else do we know about the outside? We don't know any of the places on the outside. We don't know about the cultures or anything. It looked very ethereal. Some places looked like a cave, like I said earlier. We still don't know anything, really. Speaking from like what we know now point of view, that's the only reason why I would say they're kind of more comparable. If we got more completely in detail stuff about the outside of the tower, I would 100% agree. But it's still really mysterious, at least from what we've seen so far. It's very metaphysical. Light, the darkness, the Shining Ones. We never saw any of the Shining Ones except for Urek, and stuff like that. But again, I do understand it's more than we knew before. But I do want to. I do think the V reveal and this are pretty comparable, I think, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. But yeah, the highlight is definitely the whole thing, and now we know way more about Pentamnum than we ever did before. It seems like the idea of the axes are not a thing anymore, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with the axis not being like a thing anymore, and like the rule set of an axis not being a thing anymore. I think that's fine. It's basically just being changed with, oh, these are like the strongest, most powerful god versions of these people on the outside of the tower. So even if it's not like called axis, it's basically the same thing. It's like the strongest of the strong in this universe. I think it's basically the same thing except for like the reality warping stuff. Yes, but Pentamnum being the king of jewels follows the naming convention of all the other axes being the king of that is I don't know if that's, I feel like that's intentional now that he said that. Yeah, like the king of salvation. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I think SAU is just making a callback to other things, like the king of the king of the jewels. But I do understand, like in the video we were talking about earlier that I made about the outside of the tower, you had the king of salvation, the king of what was it? The king of salvation, the king of conquering, the king of conquering, or conquerors or something like that, and stuff like that. We have many kings in the old lore. And I think it's a cool callback of now that you said that. So yeah, I do think the axis thing is like the power set and the other stuff. I don't think that's gonna be a thing anymore. But I still like the Pentamnum was mentioned. I still like all the things. It'd be cool if we saw more. Artificial creation. Yeah. I do wonder. I also, because I've heard a lot of people talk about like, oh, this changes the whole like Urek thing, and I'm like, does it? I wanted to read the story because I wanted to see how much this changes, and at some point it does change things. Like, oh, we know now Urek is like kind of technically like a god, like a demigod or something, or just basically just like the most powerful beings of. He's not just a regular human from the outside. But at the same time, I wonder how much that actually like affects things, you know? I wonder how that is gonna affect things, like maybe later on, if that's gonna be a plot point later on with the it'd actually be cool if Jihad or the other Tengri family leaders knew that Urek was this being, because it seems like Head On looked at Urek and said, this guy can't be in this tower, and stuff like that. It's very interesting. And I wonder how the outside for Jihad and the other Tengri family leaders compares to Urek's outside, because that's a thing, is that the family, Urek came in so much earlier than the family heads. The family heads are, by the time Urek came into the tower, the family heads have been there for, again, like probably maybe 15,000, 20,000 years or something like that. Like probably around something 10,000, 15,000. The exact number is never ever given, but it's around 10, maybe 10,000, 15,000, just going off of how old Jinsung and Caliban were, like the whole 3,000 years ago thing, and they were already super old by that point. But yeah, it's interesting, super interesting, and I wonder if all these questions that I have are going to be answered, and if they're not, I don't know, we're just going to have to wait in the official story for these questions to get answered, I guess. But yeah, I wonder how much this actually changes for Urek, and I'm excited. I want to see more parallels to Urek and Bomb's story. I think Urek and Bomb's relationship is one of the most underrated relationships in Tower of God, where they're these two, both of them are the youngest irregulars in the tower that we know of, at least. Yeah, they're both, they've crossed paths multiple times already, and Urek, likes Bomb, and Bomb is, also likes Urek and all that stuff, and I think their dynamic is pretty fun whenever we get to see Bomb and Urek. So I wonder how many more parallels we're going to get to Bomb and Urek's climb and adventure. Yeah, overall, I think that's all I need to say for this. I'm having a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a little more fun next time we do this, because I'm going to be more rested, to be honest. School's kind of kicking my ass right now, and editing's kicking my ass. Everything's kicking my ass. So yeah. Yeah, but I think that's a fair place to end off this stream. I don't think I have anything else I want to mention. I'm interested also about the whole thing about like that X shirt. I didn't see that parallel. Well, Bomb is from the darkness, and Urek is it's a shining one. Yeah, Bomb and Urek's. Now we're gonna. I might actually make a whole video now. I have so many video ideas just from this 3 chapters alone. But one idea that I wanted, because I was thinking about doing a Bomb character analysis, and I don't know if I'm gonna do that until like, I may not even do that until like the whole story ends, because I feel like that's like a big video or something, and I kind of don't want to remake it all over again if I have to. So that's like one of like my videos ideas for when the entire story completely ends and Bomb's story is finished. I don't know when that's gonna be, but that's like one of the things that I want to do whenever the story fully ends. But I may make a video on Urek and Bomb's parallels to each other, because those parallels can also be made for Bomb and Jihad. But I think now with this whole spin-off, I think it's way more evident that Bomb and Urek have all these comparisons to each other and contrast each other very well. And I think that's cool. Yeah, I think, yeah, actually, yeah, I'm gonna probably see if I can make a script for that video, because I'd want to see how much parallels and how much things they have in common, and not just in common, how much things they contrast with each other. And because it's a lot, because all these ideas are coming into my head right now of all the things that are there, like their characters are very different. And I think, yeah, I'll do it. I'll see if I can do that. But yeah, but next week is probably going to be more congruent because it's just going to be one chapter and we're going to get more, probably a little more talking about everything. And I'll probably get to digest everything because I'm going to read these 3 chapters like 100 times between now and the next time we do this, just to digest everything and really dive into all this stuff. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'm going to sign off right now because I need to get up super early tomorrow. Need to get up extremely, oh my god, early tomorrow. So I need to head off. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for being part of the discussion. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on everything, things that I may have missed and things that I didn't really think about. So yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day and see you guys next time.